Hello, it's Peter Vaughan here again with video number 2 in this short series of discovering you, your future, your past, COVID-19 and that kind of stuff. So I started off on the other video with talking about parts up here and how to overcome problems. What I'm doing here is showing you that you do walk through life, and each year comes and it's like you're on an escalator, you're just treading feet, walking forward, not moving anywhere, but time is moving past you. So when someone says, well, what's 221 like? As I talked about 220 or 2020 being a double death year in the last clip, and it certainly has been, financial, health-wise and international problems. So what's 2021 like? And I've written the word up there, learn. I've also got something up here. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You cannot conceive, think about what you don't know. Therefore, how could you discuss it? How could you conceive it in your own mind if you don't have any knowledge of it? Well, this is where I come in. And in fact, you can learn this. New subject called latrology, and I'm doing courses on those. Latrology helps you discover who you are. You see, you came out into this world with a body that was generated by a code which is installed in your DNA, and it's quite fantastic once you start to learn about that, and I go into that area in my training. You have a mind, but your mind can only conceive, which means understand or picture and know about, if you know. Because if you don't know, there's nothing you can even argue or talk about it. Then when you came out, they gave you a name, or somebody gave you a name, but no one has really considered, was the name that you were given the right name? In some cultures, when a baby is born, they take the baby to an elder, and the elder knows what the time or the date of birth was for the child, and then they give the child, or the parents I should say, some letters, just specific letters of the alphabet, from which they can choose a name from. So if they took the letter P and said the child's name can start with P. I know a lady who is an Indian lady, and her name is Puneet. And this is the kind of stuff that happens. The child gets named with that first letter in place. And it's very, very important, that first letter, because that's the letter that you grow into. It's a sound. And without going into the detail of that, so there's you, and you don't know what you don't know. So as you start to learn stuff, we find out, and then there's you. So, who are you? And one person might say, well, I'm me. I'm Peter. No, that's your name. That's your body. Who are you? Well, body, what if I'm not a body? I don't know. I'm just me. And that's the sound of a phone call. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll kill it. Probably not, but I've turned it over. It might go to sleep. Anyway, so then there's you. So you've got a mind, a name, and you've got a date of birth. So what is your use by date? I've written under there. Not many people like to think about that. I remember when I was a child, and I came to realize that people die. Am I going to die? I hope not. I want to live forever, because I didn't know about things. But once you start to learn about it, you've got a job to do. And once you know what your job is, and you work in your life at getting that job done, you're in a position of being in more control, because you know what to do in life. You know what you should be doing. And 2021 is a year of learning. People will learn when they find out that something is giving them the answers to what they're looking for. And in this case here, the word learn, if I was just to put that up here, and we're going to use our little code over here. Letters are 3 and 5 and 1 and 9 and 5. And as I mentioned in the last clip, this E, which is 5, and the N, which is 5, is because when you look at down here, E, N, and W are all 5. E is the 5th letter. N is the 14th letter. 1 plus 4 is 5. And in case of W, it's the 23rd letter of the alphabet. 2 and 3 is 5. 23, 24, 25, 26. So that's how I do that. Let's add these up. 3 and 5 is 8, 9, and 9 is 18, and 5 is 23. And if you look at 2021, here, that says learn. And in the last video I mentioned about the roughness of 2020, and it's still going to remain rough, but then things are going to change. Why? Because the American elections are altering things at this stage. They've uncovered a global problem, and it's to do with voting in elections. Now, should they uncover that the way that I've seen and researched the left side of the fence and the right side of the fence to find out where the balance is, because if you only know one side, you don't have the truth, you have a half-truth. Because when you find out that this person was saying it, and then you discover what this person was saying, are they now equal up, or is somebody telling you lies? You can only do that by learning. And you'll learn and you'll find out the truth. Now when you do find the truth, something will happen. You'll actually feel good inside the body, because you have another part of you which is in touch with the universe. And I don't mean that in an overly holistic way, but you are in touch with the universe, because right around you is the air, the ground underneath, and if you turn a fan on, it blows the air across. You're actually causing a pressure to move. Well, every time you move in the room, you are causing a pressure to move. So you are in the universe, and you affect everything around you, including your thoughts, which radiate out from your body on your hair. Not just from your mouth, but your mind radiates it out from here because of the energy involved. Now, this is the subject matter that I talk about or teach. But I found the science behind it, and this is the exciting part. It's no longer guesswork. Anybody can do this. You can learn to read the future. So here we've got this learning bit going on next year, and if people then learn, then 2021, irrespective of your environment, means that if the year was hard to start with, just dangerous. Imagine if you're walking across a prickly, a grass that's got prickles in it. Then you'd put footwear on. You could walk across it comfortably, or don't wear anything on and walk across it in bare feet and find the pain in it. Both of them require walking. One's painful and one's comfortable. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying learn about the future. Because if I can predict what was going to happen in 2020 before it came, I can predict what will happen in 2021 before it comes. People need to learn about this, because otherwise the people who are telling you this information will control your life over here. Are these people telling you the truth, or are they telling you lies? And the only way to do that is to sit there and judge it by learning about it and feeling this is right. Just remember one thing too, this is the psychology part that I teach. I often used to point my finger at people in a group. Now when a person points their finger, it's kind of like a little bit, hey, what are you doing? But if I was to go down low and I pointed up to somebody, hey, what are you doing? It's different than when I get up top and point down to someone saying, hey, what are you doing? It's because we've been trained in here that people bigger than us, when they say that, the same words with the same pitch and timbre, then what you've got is, the difference is just the angle. One will cause fear, and the other one's like, what do you think? What do you think? What am I doing? I'm talking. So when you learn about this part in psychology, and you're learning about what people are telling you, and you want to know what your use-by date is, be like long life milk. Make your life last. Now you can do this by overcoming the things that will pull you down earlier. Milk will last longer in the fridge compared to leaving it out in the sunshine. It will perish very quickly. So by changing the conditions of your life ahead of time, you can overcome problems. But once you know what your life is for, now you've got an edge. You have an edge over other people. But is this possible? Yes, it is. I'm going to do another video clip which talks about just that, how to escape the problem of basically meeting your fate and choosing not to do it, and it just passes you by. So I've literally stepped back from, almost like stepping off a railway track, because the train was coming and I was deaf, by looking this way and looking that way and going, oh, there's a train coming, because I looked. In my work I look at charting that I created. But these charts that I've created literally have a time element in it. And we did a show once called The Time Lord, and it was a lot of fun. But I showed people there how this works. So if you'd like to know more about literology and get involved in my courses, then please consider it by looking at petervaughan.net, and Peter Vaughan will teach you. So let's not make a mistake by moving into this year unaware. Now, this is a war we're in, a biological war. It's the worst kind because you can't see it coming. But if you understand it, you might think, is this dangerous or not dangerous? And someone's invoked this word fear above us. Once you understand that, you'll now start to question the people who are telling you this, because I know some of the people in my country here in New Zealand who lead the way, who say, take the test, get this done, check this out, da-da-da, listen to us, we're the only ones telling you the truth. But they have not had the test done, and they certainly won't be taking an injection. They might say they are, but really? Because we've actually now got film footage in Australia where people came up to a member of parliament and was like this and had an arm up, and a nurse came along and then gave the person the vaccination. And as they took it out, the camera caught as it came out. It had the cap on, the needle. She had just touched the person's arm with it and pulled it out and then put it in a bag. And the member of parliament said, wow, I didn't even feel it. Wow. It was a fake. When you start to look about this stuff and where people make mistakes, you can change your life. I'm going to quit this video here, number 2, we'll go into number 3, and I certainly hope you're enjoying this. Let's keep it moving, and thanks for watching. Peter Vaughan signing out for petervaughan.net, Peter Vaughan's Literology. Take care, because I care about you.